Locked in a laboratory in Budapest, Hungary, lie some of the Roman world's strangest and most disturbing archaeological finds. 51 elongated skulls, unearthed in a small cemetery on the easternmost edge of the Roman Empire. They date to the period immediately after the Romans abandoned the region in the first decades of the 5th century AD. History records the former frontier descended into chaos and violence, and at the same time, the number of deformed skulls in the cemetery increased. Who were they? And is there a connection between these skulls and the turbulent times in which they were buried? Experts believe a clue can be found in other similarly shaped skulls.
This is a phenomenon that we see across the world and throughout human history.
Matt Velasco has spent years investigating these mysterious skulls. And not surprisingly, he's encountered a host of colorful conspiracy theories about these strangely shaped ancient remains.
It's not uncommon to hear references to extraterrestrials when one encounters an elongated skull, but in fact, this is a quintessentially human practice that we have evidence of throughout our history.
Forensic analysis of the skeletons from Merge and other cone-shaped skulls from around the world has also established they're not the result of a genetic abnormality. These strangely shaped skulls are the product of human intervention. Ridges on the skulls of the people from Merge suggest their heads had been tightly wrapped and deliberately deformed. More disturbingly, this had to have been started when these individuals were babies.
Head shaping must happen during a critical window in infancy when the bones of the skull have not yet fused and are quite malleable and can be reshaped. An elongated head would have been achieved through the binding of the skull around the circumference using cloth bandages, for example, or textile bands that were wrapped around the skull.
The tightly wrapped bindings slowly squeeze and elongate the malleable infant skull. When it finally fuses at around 3 years of age, the head shape is permanently fixed. To modernize, the end result may be unsettling, but to the people who practiced cranial modification, an elongated skull was clearly a desirable feature.
This was seen as a normal, beautiful practice, and nothing like a deformity as we would see one today.
And remarkably, there appears to have been no adverse effect on the child's development.
While it may have been bothersome for a squirming child, it probably didn't significantly, if at all, influence their likelihood of survival.
Skull shaping has been found around the globe and throughout history. People separated by thousands of miles and thousands of years created identical-looking skulls.